Alright, hi everyone, once again, this is Bowen here, co-founder of Ultimate Investing. So today in this particular video, I want to talk to you guys about this particular word called leverage. So when it comes to leveraging, what is the first thing that actually comes to my mind? So for me, very simple. When I talk about a screwdriver, the screwdriver itself, it is a leverage. Okay, to help me to actually open up maybe a can, or another example that I can give you, for example, the camera that I'm actually using to record down this particular video right now, it is also a kind of leveraging. Okay, and there are also many things that is probably not so obvious. For example, okay, right now you see that my face is pretty bright. It's because I'm using a ring light, and I'm also using a microphone to pick up my voice so that you guys can actually hear me loud and clear. Okay, so these are the things that I currently leverage on to actually make this video a lot more presentable, a lot more professional, so that the message that I wanted to actually share with you guys is actually transferred, much clearer and much better. So right now we can see that in our life right now, we actually have many things that we can leverage on. For example, with the technology world coming up, right now when we want to do a conferencing, we have Zoom, and even Facebook is coming out with a conferencing software, in their Facebook Messenger as well. Not only that, if today I want to find out any news, international news, all I need to do is just go to CNBC. Basically everything around the world is there for me to actually find out. And of course, one of our favorite place to leverage on is this place called Google. Anything that I'm not sure, all I need to do is I'll just Google, and Google would have the answer for most of my question. So I remember back how my parents actually brought me up is that they always tell me that in order for you to become successful, you need to be hardworking. So right now, okay, if we apply it to the current context, when you work hard, does it necessarily mean that you will become successful? Okay, so I will say yes and no. In my personal opinion, okay, in the current context, I find that if you are just hardworking alone, it is not enough to make you successful. Okay, not only do you have to work hard, you need to know how to work smart as well. How do you leverage, okay, efficiently? And I think that is the key lesson that I wanted to share with you guys today. I wanted to also share with you guys about how I actually leverage on technology as well as certain resources, okay, in order for me to accelerate in my investment journey as well. So I just want to talk about three key areas. The first one is about knowledge. Okay, how did I leverage to gain knowledge? So the second point that I wanted to talk about is about leveraging for stocks idea. Alright, so that's the second point. And the third point that I wanted to talk about is leveraging on certain tools to generate higher returns in the stock market. So now let's start with the first one, okay, knowledge. So remember when I first started, I shared about my story on how I actually started in the financial advisory firm, and I started to do some reading on my own, and that was how I got started. But guess what? The result wasn't really that fantastic. I had my ups and downs. I went through actually the hard way. Subsequently, when I was 25 years old, I decided to actually leverage. I leveraged by looking for a mentor. I leveraged on his knowledge. I leveraged on his experience. And the second point I wanted to share with you guys is leveraging for stock ideas. For example, you go to the supermarket, you take every items and then you go and look at behind and see which are the companies that produce this. You actually go to shopping mall. You do all the research. In my personal opinion, yes, unless you love to read up on companies, unless you love to read financial report, otherwise that are actually a simpler method that I personally use, and I find that this has been really beneficial for me. Okay, and this is like a shortcut, okay, to look for stock ideas. So how I actually look for stock ideas is very simple. I go and look for the best investor out there, and right now we talk about the richest investor out there. He is Mr. Warren Buffett. So what I do is I actually go to this website called GURUFOCUS, and this website will tell me what stock Warren Buffett currently owns. And not only that, okay, every time Warren Buffett buy or sell any particular companies, okay, it actually gave me the result on a quarterly basis. So for me, very simple. Whatever company that Warren Buffett buy, to me that is a quick guide for me to actually follow. Very simple. By following him, I actually believe in Warren Buffett as well as his team of analysts to actually do the homework for me. Okay, but having said that, I think it is also very important for you to not just simply follow. You have to have a set of money management rules, and you need to do your own portfolio sizing as well. So that is very important. So I don't follow blindly and basically put all my money. You need to have your money management skill. You need to have your portfolio sizing as well. And so now coming to the last part, okay, I just want to talk about returns, how I actually leverage on certain tools to help me generate higher returns from the stock market. So most people, for example, today, if I'm interested in this company called Amazon, okay, and right now the price of Amazon is 2,400. So what happened if Amazon were to increase the price, the share price from 2,400, it went up to about 2,600. I'll be making about 10%. Okay, so from 2004 to 2006, that's about a 10% jump. So what I do personally is I actually do a lot of options. So using options, first of all, I'm able to use lesser capital. So instead of coming out with 2,400, I probably need to come out about a third of it, somewhere in the range of $600 to $700, okay, to actually own Amazon. So the powerful thing about option is it has a leveraging effect. So when the share price actually goes up in the same direction that I wanted it to move, instead of moving just 10%, it has a multiplier effect. So for example, in the case that I just shared with you, Amazon went up 10%. So my Amazon can actually go up, so about 50 to 100% gain. So that is why I personally, I love option, and that is why people actually call me the ultimate option investor. Okay, it's because using options, it actually generates about 4 to 5 figures for me every single month from the stock market. So to summarize what I have just shared with you, so I leverage on first a mentor, okay, on his experience as well as his game plan, so that I can actually jump into the investment world a lot faster with a system. And secondly, I leverage on gurus like Warren Buffett, and also I leverage on this website called GURUFOCUS to actually share with me, companies that all these guru like Warren Buffett, what are the companies that they are currently buying into, and I actually use that as my shopping list as well. And the third one is I leverage on this thing called options to generate a even better returns, provided that it moves in the direction that I wanted it to move. Alright, so this is actually a short video on how I actually leverage for myself in terms of investing, and I would love to hear from you guys as well. So do share with me, how do you leverage, and just leave it in the comments below. And of course, if you love whatever content that we are generating for you, we will appreciate if you can actually help us to like and subscribe, so that you can actually be the first one to receive our next upcoming video. And once again, invest safely, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.